Let's get ready to rumble!
Benzinga Nation, jam-packed show today. Peloton up 5%.
What's up, disciplined investor?
We got Benzinga CEO Jason Raznick here with us.
The man, the myth, the legend, Tom Nash.
Peter Schiff on the Power Hour with us live today.
Interesting, different, unique, innovative companies.
Mia, you are live with us on the Power Hour. What's up?
Thank you so much for inviting me on.
Jessica Billingsley, that is the CEO of Akerna.
The best trade idea resource out there. Boom. What's up, everybody? Happy Tuesday. Tuesday. We are making it. We are rocking and rolling through this week. Beautiful downtown Detroit, Michigan, hanging out here behind me. Nice sunny Michigan summer day. You are at the Power Hour. Welcome, everybody. This is our time to shine. This is our 60 minutes to make ourselves better traders, investors, and get the idea flowing. The reason why we do this show every day, we do it for one reason, and that is to be the trade idea resource. That's what we're going for. That's why we're spending these 60 minutes together every single day. So I'm going to make the call to action. Everybody in the chat, drop in the tickers you're trading, things you're looking at, what's going on. Tell us what's up. Because again, we want to get some idea flow going, all right? On the docket for today, we are about to hop right into an interview. We bring you guys interviews with interesting companies. Oh, we got another mic coming in here too now. Okay. All right, but we're about to pop right into an interview. We're talking to Chegg. After that, I have a list of 4 stocks so far. Okay. Sorry. Okay. All right. Well, this is, we're figuring it out. There we go. Is that better? No more mic cracking? All right, so we're switching the mics. Okay. All right. So we're about to hop into an interview with Chegg in a second here. I've got 4 tickers that I want to talk about on the radar already. We're going to talk about Tiger that reported earnings this morning. We're going to talk about AMC ripping and roaring today. And then of course we are continuing our options theme of the week. And we're going to be doing some live options trading later on in the show. So stay tuned, smash the like button, and let's get rocking and rolling. Without further ado, I'm going to bring our very first special guest on here. All right.
Great music, man. That was
Thanks.
awesome.
Thank you, Andy. I appreciate it, guys. Andy Brown, he is the CFO of Chegg, ticker CHGG. Welcome to the Power Hour, and I'm glad you enjoyed our intro music.
Love it, man.
Awesome. And I guess, but before we hop into it, could you just tell us a little bit about the company for anybody who out there who isn't aware?
Yeah, well, I'll be surprised if most people are not aware about Chegg at this point. But in real simple terms, we have become, over the last, call it 10 years, and particularly the last 5 years, really a powerhouse in education. We have 40 million students across the globe that access our platform on an annual basis. Last year, we had almost 7 million pay for a service on Chegg. And, in very simple terms, we just provide students help when they need to understand their subject matter and things like that. We have really 4 main subscriptions at the company. Won't go into those in detail, but nonetheless, we started out primarily in the U.S. And over the last couple of years, we've expanded very aggressively globally. We expect that we will have at least 1 million subscribers outside the US this year, which is really down from almost 0 just 2 years ago. So that's who we are.
Okay. All right. And I want to hop in, right away. Let's talk about the COVID item. I imagine that it's something that a lot of our listeners are thinking about. COVID happens, classrooms go virtual. You guys put up some incredible numbers in the year 2020. I was looking at a chart a little bit earlier that showed the subscriber count growth on a year-over-year basis, 19 versus 20. Can you talk about the impact that COVID had on the business? And then now that we're sort of starting to move out of this COVID world, expectations you expect sort of the real normal world to have?
Yeah, well, truth be told, we don't know what the new real normal is, right? Because I don't think what we called normal 18 months ago is going to be the new normal. Let's just be clear. We don't know yet as far as what that new normal looks like. But the net of this is there were a lot of things happening at Chegg pre-COVID. And so there's really, two or three things, COVID being one of them, that we call it lapping, right? Well, lapping the COVID impact or whatever that may be. But the other part is we were lapping getting into our international markets. And we're also lapping a very, very significant thing where we started clamping down on what we called account sharing, right? So we had a lot of account sharing in 2019 and before. And so we're lapping all of those. But the net of this is when you think about what COVID did for the education industry as a whole, I mean, I think that's probably the bigger issue here. And is it really what it did was accelerate the inevitable, right? It was inevitable that more and more educational services were going to go online and be on demand. And because that's what students expect with everything else they do, right? Whether it's videos, whether it's e-commerce, whatever it may be, on demand 24/7. And that trend just got accelerated as a result of COVID. And clearly, us and others that are primarily or exclusively, in our case, online, benefited.
Okay. And so you're talking about this trend, this sort of the accelerating of what was coming, and we see that in our world, right? In the individual investor world, right? COVID got a lot of people interested. We knew it was coming, but it sort of kickstarted it. And something that's on our minds a lot is competition. We are finding new market entrants. We're battling off who's already out there. You guys have, quite a moat for your business. Can you talk a little bit about that moat?
Yeah. So what we have done over the last 10 years, and I think it's that you talk about a moat. What we have done over the last 10 years really has developed this what we call a direct-to-student philosophy regarding education. And that's something when you look across the educational industry, whether it be traditional education or whether it be ed tech, we're one of the few that decided to go direct to the student, where most of educational companies actually go through the institution. The second thing that we have done is we've created a huge database of questions, almost 60 million, it's 59 million questions that we've developed. And we've developed a network of 100,000 or more independent experts that help us answer those questions. So we've created this huge moat with respect to data and the ability to get incremental content onto our platform. And then the third thing, which I think a lot of people don't necessarily appreciate, is that we've created a huge brand. It's gotten to a point with our brand where you see lots of Instagram posts or Facebook posts where people say, "We chegged it," right? When you become the verb, that's huge. And so there's this huge moat. And when we look at our potential competition, we don't see a lot of other major competitors out there. Most of the people in the education industry, like I said, have decided to go through the institution, and what we've decided is to go direct to the student, the person that can benefit the most.
Okay, got it. And with the brand being so popular, if you ever need bodyguard services, let me know. That's like my side hustle. I'll escort you to the car, make sure the paparazzi stay. But no, that's awesome. I love that verb analogy. It's like Googling something.
What's really crazy, and I don't have my Chegg shirt on today, but I often go out with a Chegg shirt on or something like that. Almost every time I go into a Starbucks or somewhere, they go, "Oh, you work for Chegg," or "Do you know Chegg?" I mean, it's that pervasive with younger people and students.
Okay, that's awesome. You talked about a little bit of international at the beginning. I want to expand on that. Like you said, a couple of years ago, pretty much all of your paying customers were in the U.S. Now you're getting up towards a million outside of the U.S. Can you talk about what some of those geographies are? How those geographies differ? Is there a lot that you can carry over from the U.S. business there, or is it sort of like you have to build a new ecosystem internationally? Any insight into that international expansion is helpful.
Yeah, so there's a couple of things there. First thing is that, truth be told, the acceleration of the international business surprised us, at least at the rate of acceleration that we saw last year as students across the globe went off campus. The second thing, to your point, is there any leverage? Right. And the thing is, in our model, there's a ton of leverage going outside the US, because when you think about it, STEM is STEM, whether or not you're in the US, Canada, Turkey, UAE, whatever it may be. And so those tens of millions of pieces of content that we already have on our platform that we're serving US-based students can serve students outside the US. And what people don't realize is that when we initially started our international endeavor, we talked about serving at least in the beginning, those English-speaking countries, right? Canada, UK, Australia. But there are many, many other countries where, while English is not their native language, English learning is a big part of learning. And so one of what we've expanded our expectations is more into the 10 to 15 countries, and we ultimately have about 180 countries 180 countries where students are accessing our platform. But the key focus is those 10 to 15 where there's a significant portion of English learners. I mean, one of the things that just stunned me was just how many subscribers. We have tens of thousands of subscribers in Turkey, for example. I mean, who would have thought that? So we've become a significant resource and for students outside the US.
Awesome. And I want to shift gears a little bit over to the numbers. I mean, you guys have, a very high margin business. It's just a fact. We see it flow through the numbers. Can you talk a little bit about, what incremental costs go into bringing on a new student or a new customer? As revenue continues to build, should we expect that we'll see EBITDA margin continue to expand? But insight that you have into those numbers would be great.
Well, to answer that last question, the answer is yes. Right. We do expect EBITDA margins to continue to expand. They expanded 200 bips last year. We're at least at our guidance level. We're expanding another 300 bips this year. And the beauty of our model is this, and it's really twofold. One is the student acquisition. Over 85% of our new acquisitions come through unpaid sources. In other words, like SEO or word of mouth or brand, right? So we're not out there spending gobs of money on marketing for that incremental customer. And that's not just in the US, but that's also globally. And the second thing is what I talked about earlier, and particularly as you think about expanding beyond the US, is that those tens of millions of pieces of content are usable outside the US. And so it's not like we have to create a lot of unique content outside the US, it's leverageable. And as a result, what you see is our, increased, as you've mentioned, our increased EBITDA margins. And we anticipate that we'll continue to see increased EBITDA margins for the foreseeable future.
Okay. And can you take us through some of those numbers, the 20 results and the 21 guidance? If you have
so if you just think about the last quarter, we saw 62% revenue growth. When you look at the full year, our guidance is at least at the top end of the range, approximately 800 million. When you look at our EBITDA, which is really interesting, I pointed this out to our employees at an all hands meeting last Wednesday, and that is our EBITDA for this past quarter. It was the 70. It was more than what we had for all of 2017. So, to your point earlier, that there's a lot of leverage in our model. We anticipate continued leverage as we go through the next several years.
Okay. And then let me ask you this one. It's a two-parter. It's one that I always like to ask. What's the biggest challenge or the biggest obstacle for you all to overcome right now? And then if you had to name just one item that you're most excited about, what would that be?
Yeah. So it's interesting. One of the things that I like about where we are as a company today is we control our own destiny. I couldn't have said that maybe 5 years ago. And so the thing that I am always
and why is that? What changed between now and 5 years ago?
When you think about where we were 5 years ago, we hadn't gotten to scale in our subscription businesses. We're at scale now. We were just barely profitable. We're now very much profitable, right? And so there's a lot of things that we can do now. And if you take a look at our balance sheet, 5 years ago, we had about $60 million on our balance sheet. Today, we have 2.6 billion. There's a big difference when you've got 2.6 billion and less than 100 million. So, we do control our own destiny, but with that, there becomes a responsibility in my mind. And that is, we can't get complacent. That's the thing that I'm always looking at. Are we getting complacent? We need to be as hungry and as disciplined as we were 5 years ago when we weren't the Chegg we are today. And the second the thing that I focus on is focus, right? So it's really easy not to be focused during a time where you've gotten some financial success. And so it's important that we continue to be focused on our mission, and that is being student first. What am I excited about the most? Well, there's a lot of things I'm excited about Chegg. I mean, obviously we control our own destiny, but in the short term, there's really two growth levels that I'm excited, not in the short term, but in the longer term, the growth levels. One being international, we already talked about that. And the second thing is our entry into skills. We believe skills could be a very large growth opportunity for us long term. So when you add international, when you add skills, and you add the continuing growth that we see in the U.S. academic space, it's a pretty exciting time for Chegg.
And when you say skills, is that something like a how to use Excel versus like something that's tied to a specific course, or what exactly does that mean? Well,
it could be. So it's skills-based learning. We made a very small acquisition about 1.5 years ago, and it's very small today. But it could be anything from how to master Excel, or it could be anything how to master cloud-based computing, and how do you handle cloud-based computing. But we do believe skills is a big part of the learning future. And that's an area where we are making investments, and you would expect to see us to continue to make investments over the next several years.
Excellent. Awesome. Andy, anything else that we haven't already touched on that you want to make sure we get to?
No, I think you've nailed it, Luke. I appreciate the time. It's an exciting time for Chegg and our shareholders. And it's great. Thank you.
Absolutely. And I'll throw this up here too. We're looking back several years at the stock chart. Beautiful chart. So Andy, congratulations on all the success you guys have had, and we're looking forward to staying in touch.
Thanks, Luke. Take care.
All right, take care. Boom. All right. How about that one, guys? Definitely an interesting company. And Andy made the comment that who hasn't heard of Chegg right now. I bet that there's a good number of people in our audience, right, who maybe you don't have kids, or you've been out of education for a while, who might not know this space. I mean, ed tech, I think, is a super interesting space, super interesting company. This is the Power Hour. We do make the promise we are going to bring interesting companies on for you guys. So there we go. First air horn of the day. Oh, but it doesn't work. Oh, I got a word to try it again. There we go. All right. So there we have it, guys. If you're just joining us, let me give you a rundown of what we have to come. We just talked to Andy Brown, CFO of Chegg, ticker CHGG. Up next on our radar, we have a handful of stocks to talk to. I've got 4 on my list right now that we're going to rattle down. If you have other tickers that you want us to talk about, drop them in the chat. We will have some time today. Second half of our show, we're going to be transitioning over to options. We're going to be talking about selling options. Yesterday we just sort of did our 101. So we're going to do like an options 101 recap, which is like the basic call buying, the basic put buying. We're then going to move over to selling options and get some of that conversation going. We're going to do some live trades around selling options. So boom. There are the moves. That's what we've got cooking. And so without further ado, I'm going to start hammering down my list. And again, guys, if you have tickers that you want us to look at, throw them on your list. And of course, smash the like button, share the stream, etc. Because we're making everybody a little bit of money today. So let's get the screen share going here. Boom. All right, check it out. Live portfolio, live brokerage account, the one that we look at every single day on this show. The actual stocks that we are buying and trading. We got to do some refreshing here. The stock that I want to talk about first. Oh, man, we're having some data issues. Look at all those blanks. All right. I'm going to try to get this thing refreshed. But the stock that I want to talk about first, while I'm doing this quick little refresh here, is Tiger Brokers. Anybody who's been a listener of this show for a while knows that we have a thesis on the online brokerages. I always say to compete in spaces where you have a competitive advantage. If you have an information advantage on something, I mean, nobody's going to beat you. That's all the markets are, right? It's all information. If you have that information advantage, you're going to win. And so we built a thesis on the online brokerage stocks. There's a handful of them. You have IG Group, you have Interactive Brokers, you have Charles Schwab, and the one that I want to talk about today specifically, Tiger Brokers. Damn, we're not going to get our Interactive Brokers to load today. That's just a bummer. Okay. All right, we'll pull up the chart on our trusty Benzinga Pro because we never have issues there. But a stock that we added to the live brokerage account, and then we talked about on the show last week, we tweeted about this weekend, etc. Boom. Ticker TIGR up FinTech Holdings, Tango India Golf Romeo up 14.4% today after the company reported Q1 results. Let's go and take a zone in on these numbers. Check this out. Monstrous numbers. I don't know if producer AB is backstage right now and can hear this or not. But I mean, these numbers are monstrous. You had revenue of $81 million versus a $41 million estimate. All right. That is some serious numbers, and that's why we own this stock in the live account. I mean, I can't believe that the stock's only up 14% after they literally just put up $81 million of sales versus a $40 million sales estimate. And so let's talk about the brokerage space as a whole. Because I own the whole basket of brokerage stocks. I think that I own all of the public brokerage stocks. I think this speaks volumes to the performance that we are going to see out of those stocks. If you're not familiar with Tiger, again, it's ticker TIGR. They're basically the Robinhood challenger. I guess they're not really a Robinhood challenger. They're Robinhood of China, right? It's like the mobile first commission-free trading company out of China. And again, we like this one because we can see from our traffic on Benzinga.com that stock market interest is still at an all-time high. People are loving the markets. They're making trades. They're opening accounts. And that's why we wanted to hold this one into earnings. We did. It went well for us. So if you guys were in Tiger, round of applause. Give yourself a round of applause on that one. So all right, that's first one on our list. Let's talk about how we're going to be playing the stock now. Like I mentioned, we got this nice 14% pop after the earnings results this morning. We're going to be watching price action at this point. There is still another catalyst to come on this stock, and that catalyst is the Robinhood IPO. If we zoom way out, and I'm going to show you now a 1-year chart on Tiger. All right. So here's the 1-year chart of the stock. You see the stock went from $8 all the way up to $38. Now we're hanging out around 20. It was one of those stocks that got sort of viral. It got a ton of momentum on it. The stock got rocking. The Robinhood IPO could have the same sort of an impact on the stock. If Robinhood's IPO, which we're expecting to happen next month, is positive, there's energy behind it. I would imagine that Tiger will get a lift there. That said, we have a good trade right now. We don't want to blow it because we're waiting on something that's going to happen a month from now. We can always get back into the stock if we need to. So we have these bottoms pretty clearly established right around $19 today. So I am going to set up some limit sells right below 19, or I'm sorry, some stops right below 19. If we hold the 19 and the stock keeps ticking higher, great. We'll continue to raise those stops up and up and up and try to get as much juice out of this trade as we can. If we break through that 19 level, that's fine. We'll hop out as we get closer to the Robinhood IPO. Like that week of is when I would expect there would be some energy and get some fire back into the stock. Then we'll take another look at it again. So again, congratulations everybody who traded this Tiger with us and have traded the brokerages in general with us. They've been good trades. I'm watching that 19 level. We hold it. We'll keep going. If not, we'll bomb out. And producer AB, are you out there in the ethos with us? Nope, we don't have him yet. Oh, there we go.
I'm here. I heard you talking about how monstrous the numbers are.
Those are some big numbers, dude. 80 million versus 40. So let me ask you this: brokerage space in general. Do you have any opinions on it? I still love it. I'm still holding all these stocks because there's so many things going for the brokerage space right now for these stocks. Let's say interest rates go up. What are all these brokerages? They're basically banks. Your Charles Schwab's, it's going to act like a bank. If interest rates go up, Charles Schwab is going to make more money. The stock price is going to go up. So I'm still keen as hell on these.
I'm really curious about kind of like the sentiment of people, like younger people around my age with Robinhood, because obviously with the whole during the GameStop thing, Robinhood lost a lot of faith among younger people. But now I feel like it's starting to come back, and a lot of people are going back to Robinhood. So I think just watching that IPO will be interesting and maybe give us a look into what's going on in the overall brokerage space.
Yep. And Tony out there in Zinger Nation, he's asking about interactive brokers. How often does it go down? I just had an interactive brokers data problem. The trade, like, look at, see this? Like all these stocks that I own, I get no quotes on them.
I mean, at the end of the day with them, it's like interactive brokers was like the OG no commission trades, right?
Correct.
And now once that becomes, commonplace, and everyone's got to do it. And that's how I feel like what's going to happen is like, as the brokerages make developments, they're all just going to adopt them, and they're all going to be kind of similar. It's just going to be about which has the friendliest user interface for people to go to and use. And that honestly is what I think it comes down to.
Yep. Yeah. And interactive brokers, I never have any issues with trade execution, right? I mean, even on some of those crazy days where you get a lot of the brokerages that are crashing, there's a ton of volatility, a ton of volume. I never have that issue with interactive brokers, but I do get the data issues like crazy. And it could just be because I use the browser experience. It's easier for the show than using the desktop download. But I don't know. I like it. I'm a fan. But all right, let's keep clipping to the next stock. Similar space, Coinbase up again today. Producer AB, I had to make a confession.
Did you sell your Coinbase?
I'm $1 in the green. I sold half the position.
Half of it?
I sold half the position.
Oh my god!
We were $1 into the green. We're basically flat on the trade. I dumped it. That crypto rebound was just like a little bit too fast for me.
So my question to you, Luke, is that because is it more about the stock, or is it more just about your overall sentiment of the crypto markets right now?
Well, okay. I bought a lot of shares of Coinbase, about 100 shares. And on a $236 stock, it's a fairly large position. Right. So I still have a pretty decent allocation to this one. And you know that we can look at the live portfolio even without quotes, right? You can see I own a lot of stocks, right? So for me to have that many shares of Coinbase means I was pretty overweight Coinbase. And because the crypto market is as shaky as it is, I basically brought it in line with where the rest of my positions are. So that was the move there. I still think the stock is cheap. The news today giving us that nice 5% pop in Coinbase is JP Morgan is out with an overweight rating on the stock and a $371 price target. Yeah, my hands are just made of paper a little bit. But all right, this is something we talked about yesterday. All right, we're like a little bit prophetic on this show, Aaron Bree. We said yesterday, that there are two analyst firms that when they put out ratings on a stock, they cause the stock to move. The first one we got on Coinbase yesterday. I'm going to my trusty Benzinga.com. What was the one that we said yesterday? Goldman Sachs.
Goldman Sachs.
The other one that still causes price movement is which one? The one we got today, JP Morgan. JP Morgan out. So Goldman Sachs yesterday with the buy. JP Morgan today with an overweight rating. Goldman Sachs, $306 price target. JP Morgan, $371 price target. That's 56.5% upside that JP Morgan has in the stock. The other thing we said yesterday is when these other firms come out, it doesn't matter. It does not manipulate the share price. Look at this. Mizuho is coming out. They lowered their price target on the stock. The market doesn't care. They're trading it up on that JP Morgan upgrade or on that JP Morgan initiation.
Right. I know we've done it before, but maybe we can just do a quick rundown of what the different analyst ratings mean. Maybe for someone who's newer to investing, doesn't know what an overweight target means.
Okay, all right. So let's talk about this for a second then. So analyst ratings. So what are they? These are firms whose job it is to give recommendations on stocks, right? They're like Wall Street firms that come out and they say this stock's a buy, this stock's a sell, etc. It's like old school Wall Street. Let's walk through the JP Morgan, Goldman Sachs, and Mizuho ratings on Coinbase recently. So Goldman Sachs, we'll start on the right and work our way over. They say buy. They have a buy rating on the stock. That means they recommend you go buy it. Their price target, so they said $306. They expect within the next 12 months, the stock is going to get to $306. And that is 30% upside from where the stock is trading right now. JP Morgan, they don't use the word buy. They make it a little bit more complicated for us. They use the word overweight, which is a similar meaning as buy, but it's a different terminology. Basically, it means in your portfolio, we recommend that you overweight your position of Coinbase, right? So if you hold 10 stocks, instead of them all having a 10% allocation, we recommend that you overweight that Coinbase holding, and maybe it's a 15% allocation that you give to Coinbase in your portfolio. That's what their overweight rating means. They put out a $371 price target, and that's 56.5% upside from where the stock is trading at right now. We'll look at this last one, Mizuho. This is a bank out of Japan, I believe. They came out with their neutral rating. Neutral means we don't have an opinion on the stock. Within the next 12 months, we expect it to trade within a 10% range of where the stock is at now. How's that, Producer AV?
Pretty good. I think for anyone that's newer to investing, now they understand what overweight means. You got to weight it in your portfolio a little bit more.
All right.
I'm curious too. What about do they disclose like which banks have holdings in stocks when they put out the analyst ratings?
Yeah. Yep, they do. They do, and like I don't know. There's a lot of people who say like they're trying to manipulate share prices, yada yada. They could be. I don't know. I don't read too far.
I just know it's very like some people.
I look at it from the trading perspective, which is that Goldman Sachs and JP Morgan matter from a trading perspective. Nobody else matters. I ignore them. How's that?
Right. I like that. Yeah, and some investors really like the analyst ratings don't mean a lot for them. I don't know. I'm thinking about it like on my Robinhood portfolio. If I'm looking at a stock, it'll say like 100% buy rating from 8 different analysts or whatever. And when you see 100% buy, it's like, well, shoot, they're all buying. It makes you want to buy the stock. So,
yep, exactly. So, all right, quick recap. Tiger, ticker TIGR. That's a stock that we're in. We're still in. $19 is our line in the sand there. Dips below 19. We are bombing out. We're taking our money and running. If the share price continues to rally, we will stay in Tiger and just keep raising our stops up. Coinbase, I dumped half the position on the 5% stop in it today. Still have a nice full allocation in it. Some chatter on Coinbase out of the chat. That the firm's front runs the trades. Goldman Sachs is saying that Bitcoin is now considered an investable asset. It's coming from Tony from Toledo, and Bill Big D citing that Kathy Wood, ARK Funds, has been buying Coinbase the whole damn way down. Dude, I think, yeah. See, I like that because for my position, but she looks at it as a growth opportunity. I look at Coinbase, I'm literally thinking about Coinbase as a value stock. I mean, the multiples are so unbelievably low that I look at it as a value stock. She's looking at it as a growth company. So you sort of have both things there.
Yeah, we did the PE yesterday, and we determined it was below S&P average, correct?
Yeah, the PE ratio on Coinbase now is about 19 times. So price to earnings ratio, it's what we use to sort of measure companies. How much are we paying for earnings? 19 times. S&P 500 average 44 times. And I mean, it's freaking Coinbase that we're talking about, okay? All right, guys, on your YouTube, I guarantee there's a thumb. It's going to look like this. Okay, press that button. Share the stream. The more people we get in here, the more ideas we get going, the more zingers we have in here. Look at it. It looks great for you probably. Hit it, share it, put it out on your Twitter. Let's keep rolling.
Yeah, we got the best. We got the best trade ideas. Like you said, we're a little bit,
prophetic was the word that I used. It's a good word.
Yeah, it is a good word.
Thanks.
Hey, wait, Luke.
All right, now we got a nice 5.5% on Coinbase. Keep going, baby.
I was going to say, while we were talking about PE, I found a value stock yesterday that has a super low PE. And I'm not like a guy that just trades on PE, but I saw this and was like, that could be interesting. So I'd be curious to
talk about it.
Well, I'd be
I was about
curious
to do AMC, but we can do yours.
Well, I just wanted to get your quick 60-second value breakdown of the financials since you're really good at that. So the ticker is ET, Energy Transfer.
All right. So it's a $10 stock. Let's start off with earnings. Let's look at earnings. All right. So we have EPS. All right. I think here's why. All right. We're going to do this. All right. So if we calculate PE using this most recent earnings number of $1.21, right, times 4 quarters to make $1.21 a quarter, 4 quarters, there's basically $5, $10 share price. That's 2x PE, so PE ratio of 2. But this $1.21 really looks like an anomaly to me. Look at this previous 4 quarters. If we sum these previous 4 quarters, 0.13 plus 0.19 plus 0.28 plus 0.2, then you've got 80 cents. annual earnings. So if you have $10 divided by 0.8, let's see what kind of a PE that gives us. It's still not high, 12 and a half there. So I mean, yeah, that's still cheap. I don't know, dude. Something's wonky with these financials. Look at these. Look at this revenue: 17 billion, 93 million, 10 billion, 100 million, 10 billion, 56 million, 7 billion. There's more digging to do.
There's an every other quarter. So maybe you sell it the quarter they're going to report less than 100 mil, and then buy it when they're going to report 10 bill.
I don't know. Something is screwy there. That's what we got to look into.
Yeah, we'll have to do some research into this stock and look at it. We got Yogi Bull in the chat. I don't know if he's a bull on ET, but he said yes.
Andre is an ET bull as well. All right, let's throw this one out to Zinger Nation. Let's throw this one out here, and then let's do our chat challenge. How's that, producer AB? The question I'm going to throw out is for the three tickers we just talked to. We have Tiger Brokers, Robinhood of China. We have Coinbase, just freaking Coinbase, and then we have ticker ET Energy Transfer. If you have to pick one of these three stocks, you have to pick that you like one of those three. If you don't have an opinion on any, I don't care. Pick anyways. But drop into the chat the ticker that you think is most interesting. I want to see where Zinger Nation is at with this one. There's three very, very different ones. We have Coinbase, we have a Chinese brokerage, and we have an energy company.
I was going to say, I don't know if you can get more differentiated between the three stocks we're doing.
Yeah, if we're playing Jim Cramer's Am I Diversified, the answer is yes. That's just the answer. And Solar Up is thrown in STEM, so let's make sure we get to that one. Guys, if you are just joining us up on our radar today, I still want to talk about AMC. We're going to talk about STEM. I have a stock trade that I am in, and I'm going to get deeper into before earnings tomorrow. So we're going to talk through that one. Why am I making this trade into an earnings report? And then we are going to move over to options. We're going to do like options 102 lesson about selling options. All right, we're going to make some live options trades on the show.
Let's go.
Boom. How's that?
That's my favorite live options trade.
All right, but
I'm seeing a lot of ETs in the chat actually.
ET phone home. There's some Tigers in there too. Nobody likes Coinbase. Nobody.
Jabez.
Happy Muhammad does. A couple people like Coinbase. All right, producer AB. The spreadsheet is up. Why don't you tell people for the first time? Why don't you tell people what the Zinger Nation chat challenge is?
I just sent you the chat challenge.
I just made a new one. Okay. Tell us what we're doing.
So for this week's chat challenge, we've got some volatile crypto markets. What we're going to do, we've done in the past, guess the price of Bitcoin. We're going to switch it up a little bit. We are going to guess the price of Ethereum. So at Friday at 12 p.m. Eastern, when we start the show on Friday, that's the number we're going for. So you're going to guess what you think it's going to be at noon on Friday. And whoever's the closest, it could be 3,500, could be 1,500. Who knows with Ethereum right now? I think it's about 2,400 right now, maybe.
All right, last price check. We're at 2578.69. Your favorite number, producer AB. All right, so column A, you're dropping in your name. Column B, you're guessing what is the price of Ethereum going to be at this time exactly on Friday. And what are we competing for this week, producer AB?
We will do. Let's keep it on topic. Let's do a little bit of Ethereum. Maybe you get $50 worth of Ethereum.
All right, I think that'll do it. So, all right, so we're battling it out. We're trying to figure out who in Zinger Nation is the smartest. Link is in the chat, in the YouTube chat. Hit the like button, share the stream, rally the troops, post it on Twitter. We are going for. We're trying to guess the price of Ethereum. Put your name in column A. Put your price guess again. Last check, we're at 2578. I'll say column C through H. You go ahead, write any message you want on those columns. I mean, we have the screen up here for a reason. All right, access denied. Everybody's saying, don't worry, don't worry, I'm on it.
We can fix this. This is fixable.
All right, there we go. Boom. Access available. I'm pasting the link in again, okay?
It's just me now. What up, y'all? Welcome to Power Hour. Oh, okay. Tony, try the link again. It should be working now. Let me get my screen shared real quick.
Why? No, I want to share mine.
Oh, well, you were gone. It was.
And I highly encourage use of columns C and D, for the messages.
You've got mail.
Dude, that's a great one.
You've got mail.
Yes. Hey, producer Rohan, can we play the Benzinga Pro commercial? Yep. It's already in the. We played it at the event. All right, guys, 30 seconds on the clock. 30 seconds. Nope. The sound has 20 seconds left. 20 seconds on the clock. All right, names in column A. Column B is your price guess. $50 of Ethereum. That is what is on the table. Don't write over your fellow zingers. Down to our final 10 seconds. Get it in there.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money. Money, money, money.
Boom. All right, there it is, producer AB, and give me your read. What's your price guess?
So I'm looking. It looks like we got a lot of people that think it's actually going to drop. I like. I'm going to go with $3,122.43.
All right, let's see where everybody's at. $25.79. That's our current price. Let's run that down. Let's get these changes in here. So you have the price on Friday minus the current price divided by the current price.
Yeah, let's see who's bearish, who's bullish.
Yeah, let's find some outliers in this SOB.
Ooh, Matt Jones think it's dropping all the way down to 1,500.
We need to convert these over to percents. Let's do that. Percentages, boom. All right, 62%. Minus 6. No, everybody's pretty bullish. We got some bulls in here.
Okay.
Andre's the low of the group, coming in at 1801. I like how we have some very specific guesses too, going all the way out to both decimals. Tony from Toledo coming in with that precision.
That's how you
all
win,
right, guys. We're closing the sheet.
Tiebreaker.
Lock in your guesses, and we will see. We will be revisiting this every single day. So make sure that you hit subscribe, turn on the alerts, and you're competing for that $50 of Ethereum. All right.
Hey, Luke, I got that. I got that video.
You have the video? All right.
Yes, sir.
Do you guys want to see the greatest video that I've ever been a part of? If you do want to see the greatest video that I've ever been a part of, it's 100 seconds long. Put the 1 in the chat. If that's not interesting, put the 2, and we won't play it. All right. We'll crowdsource this one too. We crowdsource everything on this show. It's just what we do. All right. Okay. We're getting the first couple ones coming in here. Producer AB.
I think let's just go ahead and play it.
You think we should just go ahead and play it?
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Sounds good. Oh, oops.
Are you in a constant state of FOMO from missing massive gains in stocks and crypto?
End that FOMO for good with Benzinga Pro. Benzinga Pro is trusted by thousands of traders every day as the best damn due diligence tool for stocks and cryptocurrencies. That means you get all of the actionable information you need to get ahead of major market moves, including
Benzinga Pro's news desk creates original news content that's available on your main news feed and gives you actionable information about companies you may want to invest in. This news desk information gives you the chance to beat the market, receive impactful news as it breaks, and jump on trending stocks before and as they rise. And beyond that, Benzinga Pro is packed with helpful features and unique insights that give you the best information possible. There's tools like the Live Audio Squawk, which streams every day with important news and timely updates, and the real-time news alerts that allow you to stay on top of every developing story you're keeping tabs on. Alerts and news will be sent straight to your inbox or delivered as live sound alerts.
But that's not all.
Now you can try out Benzinga Pro for a full 30 days with a new test flight program for just $9.97.
Is $9.97?
For 30 days.
Is $9.97?
For 30 days. Get out of FOMO and into Benzinga Pro test flight today at pro.benzinga.com. Coupon code 30 days.
That's the greatest thing that I've ever been a part of, producer AB.
I know. I'm sad I didn't get to be a part of it.
You like that?
I guess I just got to Detroit a little too late for that.
That's right. Benzinga Pro, $9.97. Coupon code 30 days. I'll put the links in the chat. If you still haven't tried Benzinga Pro, the tool that we use literally every single day on this show that has less issues than my freaking brokerage, go try that out. You will. I will promise you will never have a dearth of information. You are always going to know what is causing your stock to move. That's what we deliver on with Benzinga Pro. All right, that's the deal there. But all right, producer AB, you want to get back to running down some tickers?
Well, I thought I want to get into our live option trades.
You want to get into our live options trades?
Yeah.
All right, let's get into some live options trades. We're into selling options today. How's that?
As in we're selling. All right, I like that.
All righty. So let's get into it. We have dude. This brokerage account is so impossible to use. Jesus Christ! I mean, every day.
This show is brought to you by Interactive Brokers.
We're not doing live options trades today, producer AV. We're having outages. We're doing live options trades tomorrow. All right. The promise that we made at the top of the show is yesterday we did options 101. We said we're going to recap options 101, and then we're going to get into options 102. We're going to do a nice full options lesson. We're going to run through the math, make the live trades together, follow up with the trades every single day on the show. We're having some outages. All right. So just bear with me. We're going to do the live options trades tomorrow. It's a guarantee. All right.
Why are you having outages?
I don't know why we're having outages. It's no fun. All right.
I mean, I wonder if we even show up in the YouTube. Well, what's the title of this show today? What was our title of our video?
It's just Stock Market Live today. I took out Benzinga.
Let's see.
Unless someone put it back in.
Let's see. Nope. You're not going to show up. There's no way. Let's see.
We need to we'll work with Jordan or someone will help us with the SEO.
No, you don't need to work with Jordan. Just put in a title.
I did do a test, and we do show up if you look up Chegg stock.
Yes, I would think so. People wouldn't know to look up Chegg stock is the problem.
Yeah, sadly, it's like the top.
No, I wouldn't think that we would show up. I mean, I wouldn't think people would look that up, Luke.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying too. Yeah.
Yeah. So, Rohan, you got to think about what people would look up. Like, think about why would someone just type in Chegg stock today, and you know what I mean?
Within this 1 hour.
Exactly. Rohan, are you there?
Yeah, got it.
You know, so like I don't know what they're all typing in, but like Stock Market Live is one.
Maybe they're typing in live option trades.
Maybe they are. I don't think so though. I mean, they might type in live financial.
All right, how about tomorrow? Tomorrow, title it "How to Trade Options."
Yeah,
we'll
how to trade options.
That's what we're going to deliver on tomorrow too.
Because that is
we'll follow through with the option trades tomorrow.
Yeah, it is a popular search in my when I'm seeing it. But yeah, the Stock Market Live thing that you did help, it did help show up in the search too. You're right.
All right, Jason. But before I hand it off to you, we've got a stock that we both own that we should talk about. They're reporting earnings tomorrow, or I'm sorry, today after the close.
Conference call is 5 o'clock, I think.
Okay. All right, you ready for this one? All right, and I'm so far this week I'm 1 for 1 with earnings plays. I bought Tiger Brokers, talked about it on the show in the earnings. Stock is up 14%.
Wow! I used to own this one. Holy cow!
They're Jason. Yes, I'm so bullish on brokerages. I made the whole pitch as like people are still trading, yada yada. Tiger Brokers reported revenue of $80 million versus a $40 million estimate.
Wow! And do we have them? Do we have them as a customer yet?
Yes, we do. Yep.
Okay.
There you go.
Wait, look, I have a question about Tiger. Is it anyone can get it anywhere? Or is it just in China where people are trading like on the Chinese exchange?
They have a brand called Moo Brokerage, which is for U.S. citizens. And then they also have invested in several other, Robinhood type models in other countries.
Okay. Because I know Webull is also run by a Chinese company. I don't know if they have like a parent owner type deal from a Chinese company. I don't know how all that works, but it's an interesting play because if anything, if it's like the traffic here with the brokerages in China, then it's just a huge market, right?
Yep. But all right, Jason, let's talk about Voyager. Similar space, earnings coming out after the close today. Are you ready for this one?
I'm ready.
And can you update the ticker? It's VYGVF, producer AB on the screen. Okay. So I think that there's literally no way that Voyager misses the revenue estimate tonight. Right? There's almost no way. So let me talk you through it. The revenue estimate is $47 million, okay? $47 million. That's the revenue estimate. In January, the company came out and they told us they made $8.6 million. And then in February, they made $20 million. So of that $47 million they need to make, they've already made 20. We already know that they made $29 million of it. So we need that last chunk of revenue. It's about $18 million to come through in March. Okay. Right. That'll round out the quarter. So in February, they did $20 million of revenue. We only need them to do $18 million in March for the company to beat. And look at the March KPIs versus the February KPIs. March, 650 million deposits. February, 400 million deposits. March, 95,000 new funded accounts. February, 70,000 new funded accounts. March, 395,000 new users. February, 190,000 new users. And then March, principal value traded, 2.5 billion. February value traded, 1.6 billion. So right now, analysts are forecasting March revenue to be lower than February revenue, and they beat on literally every single KPI by about 50% in the month of March versus the month of February. And that's why I'm so confident on this one, blowing out its sales estimate number.
Got it. And it seems like it's the biggest no-brainer then with your math you did.
That's what I'm saying. Again, they only need to put up 18.2 million to beat their revenue estimate. That's lower than February, and every single KPI for the month of March was higher than it was in February. Here's the table that the company put out in a previous PR.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it should substantially then be and have a strong day tomorrow. Should.
That's what I'm saying. All right. It's harder to speculate on the stock price, but we know the stock prices are typically correlated with them beating revenue results, and I expect that they're going to beat that revenue result.
I wouldn't disagree. You know, like.
So I got back into the stock for the sake of earnings. There's my trade.
Did you get in big?
It's a decent sized position. Yep.
I think you're.
And then, okay, check this out too. But wait, there's more. This is an infomercial. They offer Dogecoin. Look when Dogecoin kicked off. The Dogecoin rally kicked off in April, May. So the company is going to come out and give us user numbers for April and May. They're one of the few platforms that offer Doge trading. Those April, May user numbers are going to be through the roof. The trading numbers are going to be through the roof. You're not going to see that in the Q1 financials. But again, that's sort of the kicker if they want to come out and talk about April and May as well.
Yeah, no, that's. I mean, I'm in Voyager pretty hard, so I don't want to bias people, and I'm, close to the company, so I'm not saying a ton, but
okay.
I like your.
Anyways, there's my analysis. I just dug through their PRs. I pulled up all the numbers out of their PRs, and that's why I'm expecting it to be a good quarter. All right.
Yeah. Yeah. And by the way, so they finally did the article that I've been asking for, for the sports content. I don't know if you saw it. 5,000 views.
Woo! Which one was it?
Here's how much money a $100 bet on Phil Mickelson to win the PGA Championship paid out.
I had that one. We had the same idea on that, Raz.
Yeah, it's not it's yes, you did a great job. It's actually Aaron's article, so great job doing it. It's something I've asked them to do daily. You know. Did Spencer end up getting any emails?
I don't know.
Oh.
Spencer, did you get any emails? He's being annoying. He sent an email, he said.
Any happy birthday? No,
I
did
don't
he
know.
get any happy birthday emails?
He's on a call. He's on a call.
Wait, when is Spencer's actual birthday? Did it already happen?
Yeah, it was like in March.
No, it's not. It's in May, I think.
We're past his birthday. It was several weeks ago. Oh, yeah, you're right. It might be May. It might have been like the first week of May.
Oh, someone said that he replied to mine. Oh, look, it's good job, Spencer, replying to emails.
He did? He replied to it. Okay. He did reply. Okay, so he got one email, but he's back. He doesn't respond back to other stuff.
Wait, Jason, can I show you the greatest Slack message I've ever gotten?
Yeah.
Okay. So for context,
Josh
guys,
wants to know what they should say to Spencer.
Spencer is going to be hosting a company-wide meeting about managing your email. Okay. Look at this Slack message that I got. I just want to pull it off the snippet on the screen. Can you see that, or is it too small? Oh, I gotta share it.
Oh,
Can you read it? It might be too small.
I can. Should I read it out loud?
Yeah, go for it.
So Andrew said, "You gonna let Spencer Israel teach the team how to filter their emails? That MF never responds. LMAO."
He's spot on too.
Yep. Yep. What's the deal with E-Trade?
We need more help from Zinger Nation. When I talked to them last week, they're like every feature that we've shipped over like the past X period of time. Now that we have this Morgan Stanley deal where it's been reviewed, we got to redocument everything, yada yada. All new project on hold. We need Zinger Nation to show up for us. We need some juice.
So what that means is Zinger Nation, you got to reach out to Morgan Stanley. You can go on LinkedIn, reach out to Heads. You got to reach out to E-Trade, and say to Chris Larkin or whoever, we want Benzinga News because it's better, it's faster, it gives you trade ideas, yada, yada. Then you send an email to powerhour@benzinga.com, and we will send you Benzinga swag if you include your address and size. That's it. Simple. It should take you 2 minutes. And then we'll send you clothes. And you don't have to pay for them. We'll pay for them. We got brand new clothes. We got a whole wardrobe in our office being waiting to ship out. Kevin is written to E-Trade. I don't know. We're not getting through yet. So we gotta figure out a way to get through. You know what I mean?
Yep, absolutely.
Luke, your friend's missing in this chat.
Which one?
Internet Enforcers.
Oh, you're right. No Internet Enforcers today.
I know. I think he's mad at you. All the texts.
Or producer AB.
Producer AB probably. It's a quiet day in here, but I like your trade. I like it, and
we did that. Yeah.
And tomorrow is how to win trading options or how to.
Yeah, we're gonna just do how to trade options.
How to trade options.
We're gonna do options 101, basic buying calls, buying puts. Then we're gonna do options 102. We're gonna do selling calls, selling puts.
We can even market it as like a live webinar. So because there's a lot of videos out there where people can watch how to trade options, but not a lot of places like Power Hour here where you can ask questions in the chat and then get us to answer them. Right?
Are you around late tonight, producer AB?
Oh yeah.
All right, so if you'll be around late, then after dinner tonight, let's just make a quick agenda for how to trade options tomorrow.
And
sounds good.
And if you guys get an email from Spencer Israel, if you email him today, and you should get an email and you show it to us, a screenshot, maybe you get swag too.
Yep. Spencer Israel
at benzinga.com.
We'll throw that in the chat real quick.
Spencer Israel at benzinga.com. If you get an email back from me, you send a screenshot to Power Hour Benzinga, then there you guys go.
Cool. All right. I gotta get back to building, guys. I'm gonna put the show in your trusty hands.
Technical starting up.
All right. So maybe we're all just gonna go hang out.
Yeah.
All right, guys. We delivered on ideas today. We brought on the Chegg CFO, super interesting business in the ed tech space. We talked about our Tiger Brokers trade winner on that one. Congratulations, guys. We talked about Coinbase up another 5.5%. We dumped half of our position. Then I showed you guys the one that I bought for the sake of earnings tonight. So, boom, there is the deal.
James, you don't know what you're saying to me. You're just saying like, thank you for the good service, and see if you
Request a call. Request a call. Can we hop on a 10-minute call?
Yeah, James, you should say, can we hop on a 10-minute call to discuss ideas you have for the shows?
10 minutes isn't enough for some good ideas. James needs at least half an hour with Spencer.
15 minutes. Yeah.
All right, 15 minutes.
All right. Peace.
All right. Peace, love, guys. Happy trading.